Aztec pottery. Pottery is an expression of culture. We can find so much about old civilizations just from the pottery. You can tell their religious beliefs, their depictions of beauty, and most of all, the creativity that every human possesses. Aztec pottery was no different. With complex spiral shapes and intricate line work, Aztec pottery can be characterized by its corrugated graywares and painted whitewares. Aztec pottery in everyday life. For the majority of people in the Aztec Empire, pottery served a very utilitarian purpose. In the average Aztec home, you would have found plain, rough ceramics hanging from the walls or lying against the wall. The elites also had pottery for utilitarian purposes, but they had access to the finest potters across the land and normally had specialty pieces with unique, intricate designs that symbolized their wealth. One of the most popular designs being cacao jugs that stored the sweet and spicy treat of the elite. Payment. Because the Aztecs did not have a monetary currency, when it was time to collect taxes, it was very popular to use pottery as a way to pay. One of the most popular types of pottery was black and orange pottery called black and orange ceramics. Some other types, which were not as popular, given as taxes, were Aztec black pottery, which were black jugs with little spikes in them, probably made for ritualistic activities. Religion/ritualistic. In the past years, archaeologists have discovered that household rituals in the Mexica world often involved incense burners, ceramic figures, and other types of Aztec pottery. These figurines were in the shape of animals, such as birds, possums, and monkeys being popular figures. Archaeologists and historians believe that these clay figurines were used in rituals meant to promote fertility and healing of the sick. Unfortunately, how these rituals were conducted and the figures used exactly remains unknown. When it came to one's burial, it was shown that the amount of clay figurines or pottery determined status. Poor and middle-class people were buried in their homes, with the possessions they would need to make the journey to the afterlife. The upper class, however, was often cremated. After their cremation, the ashes of Aztec elites were placed in funerary urns and given a place at their local temples. As you can see from this example, they're often neatly decorated, probably a little better than I have right now, but they would contain the ashes of the elite and, kind of memorialize them in a very artistic way. Other clay objects for use more in temples than in homes included incense burners, ritual vessels, funerary urns, brazier stamps, and spindle whorls. Unfortunately, the potter's wheel and the use of glazes was unknown. There was, though, a much finer grade of red-colored pottery made by experts who had learned their craft as apprentices. That was delicately decorated, usually on the inside of open bowls, to produce stunning, colorful pieces. Several beautiful examples of Mexica jugs, identifiable by their high necks with a spout, curved handles, and spherical bodies, have survived. Their polished red paint was often decorated with ornamental designs in black, the more fancy ones showing spiral designs that might evoke the movement of the liquid inside. The designs were usually applied before the piece was fired, using very thin brushstrokes. Pottery during this era was uniquely beautiful and encapsulated the culture of this ancient civilization. I hope you enjoyed my paper slideshow. The end.